Hi YouTube, it's the Mouse Warehouse here, and right now we just want to go ahead and show the people who are just now starting to collect Disney pins, the different varieties and types of Disney pins that Disney makes right now. So let's just jump into it and get started. So we're going to start with the open edition pin down here. So this is an example of an open edition pin, and pretty much an open edition pin is it's just not limited. That's like the best way to describe it. And I'm not sure if it's, it's probably a little bit hard to see, but that's what an open edition pin looks like on the back. It doesn't say, limited edition or anything like cast member. It doesn't say anything special on the back. So it doesn't say like cast member or like Hidden Mickey or Disney Auction or anything special like that on the back. It's pretty much open edition pin. And they're pretty common. They're, you can just pretty much either walk into Disney and buy them or trade them on a lanyard. But, sometimes Disney will, sell out of them and they'll be considered retired, I guess. Or, they're not for sale anymore. And there'll be like new open edition pins for sale. So then the next one would be a limited edition pin. So usually this one's on the card, so it's a good example. When you're walking through the park or you're walking at downtown Disney and you're shopping, you'll see that it says limited edition on the bottom of the card. So that's a pretty fast designator that that's a limited edition pin. And what that means is Disney's only made so many of that pin, and this pin is a limited edition of 1,000, and it's from 2003. So that's what the back stamp of that pin looks like, and the little box right here says it's limited to 1,000. So if you guys are trading pins with people and they have their pin off the card and it's in the pin bag, you can ask to look at the back of the pin, and it should tell you if it's a limited edition or not, and of what edition size. Edition sizes usually vary from like all the way up from like 5,000, which is like a lot of them, to as low as 100, or even sometimes Disney makes frame sets and they'll have pins inside the frame sets that are limited to like 25, 12. They get really, really low edition sizes when you go into some of the frame sets. This is another limited edition pin here, but this one's from Disneyland Paris from 2011, as you can see here, and it's just a Halloween Stitch pin. And this little feature down here, this little, like, they call it a dangle, like, so that'd be like a Happy Halloween 2011 Stitch dangle pin from Disneyland Paris. It's I like Disneyland Paris pins a lot because most of the time they'll tell you what the pin is on the back. And this one's like €11.99. So I'll take the pin off. I'll take the back of this pin off because this is a good example also. Paris pins, when they're limited edition, usually they're numbered on the back. So if you guys, I'm not sure if you guys are able to see that or not, but this is number 262 out of 600. So that, they number theirs, which I like a lot better than just our limited edition pins. So I like the fact that it's numbered. And like I said before, on the back of the card, they'll usually give you a little bit of information about the pin itself, so you know to name it and stuff when you're trading. A great website to get a lot of pin knowledge from is pinpicks.com. I'll put the link in my description. And that's like a huge database of pins, and they show you pictures, and you can trade on there as well. References are usually located on dispins.com, and you can check people's references out to make sure that they're reliable to trade with and stuff. They also have, usually you can tell a pin's rarity on PinPicks when you see how many people are trading it and how many people are wanting it. There's a pin called the Haunted Mansion Dangle, and if you go look at that ratio, it's like, I'm going to guess because I haven't looked right now, but let's say there's like 17 people trading it and there's 300 people wanting it. That's usually a pretty desirable pin. And that's not even a limited edition pin, it's just an old pin, and you had to go to an event to get it. But this pin here, like this Queen of Hearts pin with the King of Hearts, it's an open edition pin. It's a pretty generic pin. So if you went on PinPicks and looked up this pin, the ratio on this pin is probably like, 16 trading, 17 wanting. So the ratio on that is pretty easy to get. So these are a lot more common. This is another example of a limited edition pin. It's an Imagineering pin, which is only available to cast members in California, and they have the option of going into a special cast-only store to buy these pins. And right at the top here on this card, you'll see that it says Walt Disney Imagineering. There's usually not a SKU number on the back of the pins, but I'll go ahead and open this pin and show you guys what the back of the WDI pins look like. Give me 2 seconds to take it off the card. There's usually a lot of information on the back of Walt Disney Imagineering pins, so could be hard to read, but that's what the back of the WDI pins usually look like. And they're usually limited to 300, like almost on all occasions, but recently they started making them limited to 250, And every once in a while, if there's like a special occasion, like New Year's Eve right now, I know they're doing a Sorcerer Mickey and Tinkerbell WDI pin, and that one's limited to 150. So that's a Tinkerbell, and this is called an ID badge. That's just like a variety of pin. I think they've maybe come out with like 50 different versions of the ID badges with random characters here with the year the pin was made. So this is a 2007 WDI pin, you know, for the ID badge. All right, and now we're gonna get into some really cool looking pins here. These are called Disney auction pins, and when you bought them from Disney auction, they come on the card like this, and it'll say Disney auctions up here. The back of the pin, I'm not gonna take these out of the bag just because I like that they're in there and they're nice and protected or whatever, and it's, you know, in the original bag. So this is like Captain Hook on a carousel, but the carousel is the TikTok crocodile. And this pin, if I'm not mistaken, is limited to 1,000. But Disney auctions is no longer around anymore, so these pins have become pretty hard to get. And you know, like I said, this is an LE1000. That's usually the highest Disney auction pin you'll find is like an LE1000. Then they go to like LE500s. When I say LE, I'm saying limited edition. So I don't know if you guys caught that or not. I'm just gonna say that real quick. But yeah, so this is a limited edition of 1,000. Then there's limited of 500, limited editions of 250, and then there's the really hard to get ones. I'm pretty sure these are the lowest ones they did. They made a couple LE50s, but they're only gifts, you couldn't buy them. But yeah, this is a limited edition of 100. It's a Goofy, and it's a part of the Masterpiece collection that they did. They made a few series of the Masterpiece. It should say it on the, well, it doesn't say on the back of this one, but most of the time, like on this one, on the SKU number, it says Carousel Hook. So that gives you a little example of what the back, and they usually have these little, like I guess you can call it a SKU number on the back of them. This one doesn't have it for some reason, but yeah, these are a lot harder to get because there's only 100 of these made, where there's 1,000 of these made. And these usually sold out really, really fast, usually in like minutes. So these are really hard to come by. And they're usually the lowest edition sizes that Disney makes that are, you know, easy to access. I don't have any hidden Mickey pins close to me right now, but there's also pins that are like similar in size to this Queen of Hearts pin here, and they're called hidden Mickey pins. And on the back it'll say, like, you know, hidden Mickey, and those are pins that just recently you could start purchasing. But the other way you can get those pins is only to trade with cast members. So that's a example of that. And then here's an example of like this is considered like a booster collection. So if you're going to the park and you're just starting the pin trade, they usually sell, like this set here was $22 and you got 4 pins. So it's usually cheaper if you just wanted to trade on lanyards to buy these and then just, you know, open it up and trade these with cast members for other pins that you would like. Because most pins in the parks retail anywhere from like $6.95 to like $15. So for $22, you get 4 pins that you can trade for pretty much whatever you want on the you know, the cast members lanyards. So I'm trying to make a video in the future, maybe going to Downtown Disney and trading with some cast members so you guys can get an idea of what that's like. It's pretty cool because if you guys buy, like I said, like this booster set, and you got these 4 pins. If you trade with a cast member, cast members can't refuse to trade a pin with you no matter what the pin is on their lanyard. Even if it's like a hidden Mickey, or like I said, like you'll never find like a really hard to get pin on a lanyard nowadays. But if you're going to an event or something, you might find like an AP pin. So that gets into this little piece right here. This is a Disney Cruise Line pin. So this pin, if I'm not mistaken, you can only buy on the cruise line. But the cool part about this pin is it's an artist proof. And what an artist proof pin is they make a pin, right? And it's just like this. It's regular. This is an open edition pin. But since it's an artist proof, they stamp the back of the pin with an AP. And I'm going to try my hardest to show you guys, but there's a little AP right there by my pointer finger where I'm pointing at. So there's like, I hope you guys can see that little AP right there. But usually, like with a rack pin like this, Disney will get 24 of these pins in this, you know, like this with an AP marked on the back, and they won't sell the AP pins. The only way to usually get an AP is to go to an event and they have like these pin boards with like hundreds of pins on it, and if you're lucky, you'll pull a pin off the board that has an AP back stamped on the back. So it makes it a little bit more rare. It makes it a little bit harder to find. You can't buy these from Disney unless you go to an event. And they have, sometimes they'll hold like a silent auction or like a huge auction where people are bidding on large lots of pins, and every once in a while they'll do like an auction with like 100 pins, and I think something like 75 of them will be artist proof, and then the other 25 will be pre-production pins. I don't have a pre-production pin with me now, but I'll do a video maybe tomorrow or the next day. I have a couple pins that have they're marked, this one's marked AP for artist proof, and the pre-production pins are marked PP on the back, so you'll see 2 P's on the back of the pin, which those are even harder to get than the artist proof versions, because usually the pre-production pins are ones that they use as samples before they make the pin to see if they even want to make it to begin with. So Disney usually gets 24 of the artist proof versions of pins that are not limited. And then if they're limited edition, like if they have an LE 500 come out, there's probably a lot less than 24 artist proofs made for that pin. So that's that. And I'm just going to move these pins out of the way real quick, and I want to show you guys what a box set looks like. This is an older box set, it's a little bit damaged, but this is from Disney California Adventure, and this is an example of a box set here. This one has 7 pins in it. This is just an example. They have a lot of different box sets, and they also have jumbo pins. So I'll show you guys that video when I do my pre-productions. I'll do like a pre-production jumbo and like maybe like a starter lanyard video, so you guys can see what those look like. But these are just the pins I had laying around that I could show you guys. But usually these are limited, and this set I guess isn't. But usually on the back of the box, if it is limited edition, it'll say like, you know, limited of whatever amount they made. But these pins, you know, usually the box sets are fairly large pins, and they're usually really ornate and beautiful. So this is just a quick example of a box set, and you know, comes in like a little box like this, and usually they have like a white sleeve that'll go in, or another presentable box. But so that's about it for this video, guys. We'll be doing a subscription video giving away this pin as a contest. So it's like a really quick version, like a really quick video that you guys can look at before everybody else does, and get the, you know, a head start on doing that. But we'll be doing a contest for subscribers, and when we reach 100 subscriptions on our YouTube account, we'll be giving away this Stitch 2011 Happy Halloween. It's limited edition of 900 because it's from Paris, and Paris pins are usually like limited 900, or I'm sorry, 1200, 900, 600, and 300. They usually do it in like 300 increments. So this one's an LE 900 from 2011, and it's from Halloween. So we'll be giving this pin away. Whenever we reach 100 subscribers, we'll choose a random subscriber, and that person will go ahead and private message, and they'll win this pin here. So you guys can subscribe. I'll try to put like a link somewhere in the video. I'll post one like right here, and you guys can click on that. It should just send you right to our subscribers page. It's pretty easy to do. You guys can also subscribe to us on Facebook under TheMouseWarehouse. I'll have a link to that in my description as well, and that'll also qualify you to get a better chance of winning this pin as well. So I'll be making this contest video next, so stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching, YouTube. Take it easy.